People have been sending me this video and asking me to respond to it for about 2 days now, since like yesterday and today, and I decided that today I was finally going to cover it. And it's already got 94,000 views, and the thing that really, kind of jarred me a little bit was that this wasn't one of the normal, usual right-wing political channels that I'm used to reacting to. In fact, when I clicked on this channel, I found that not only was I subscribed to this YouTube channel, but I had the bell icon rung with all notifications turned on. The channel is called Sarcastic Chorus. Vosh is going to raid Pog. Thank you. I appreciate that. And he made a video, or they made a video. I actually don't know the pronouns because I don't exactly remember who this is. I just know that I liked their content at some point enough that I rung the bell icon along with subscribing. But this video is called Chowder and Panini, a double standard. Oh, thank you, Vosh. I appreciate the raid. Yeah, bring him in, bring him in, bring him in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, everybody. We just went live. We're just starting. You came at the perfect time. Not only are we going to be doing continuous coverage of what goes on in Ukraine, if you are continuously curious about what might happen there, but I'm also doing some fun little political segments here. We're going to be reacting to some 2016 tier dumb fuck conservative chud takes here. First, we've got a Squad W Women Have It Better video. Then we've got the return of the anti-SJW videos in this new YouTube channel that's blown up a lot lately called SJW Triggered, I think, and it's like getting millions of views right now, like tens of millions of views on the channel in every month. And it's really blowing up right now. Like, we're legit going back to 2016, so we're gonna be covering that. It's gonna be pog as fuck. So if you're from Vosh, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you, Vosh, for the raid, and hopefully you enjoy your time here. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and start this video. Now, my theories for what this is going to be.
This video is sponsored.
Whoa. Okay, don't do that, please. Don't do that. I hate when YouTube does that. Who at YouTube decided that when you put your stream into full screen, it should autoplay the video when you have it paused? Who the fuck made that decision? Hey, Demon Mama, what's up? Good to see you. I don't know who was behind that decision, but I hope their balls are dipped in battery acid. Anyway, in a video game. My theory on what this video might be is actually a pretty interesting, sort of tear down of our conceptions of men and women in society, and, how men can be predatory and women can't in many people's minds. That could be what this video is. And that's what I hope it is, because I'm subscribed to this channel, so clearly I like their content. However, what I'm guessing here is that it's probably just going to end up being like, see, people are okay with when female character engages in sexual harassment against male character, but if it was male character engaging in sexual harassment against female character, then everyone would lose their minds. It's like, oh my god, dude, you just had the most revolutionary take of all time. Wow, really? Holy shit. Guys are typically more sexually interested
awesome content
in women than women are sexually interested in men. Who would have fucking thought? Thank you for that. Who could have guessed? What a revolutionary take. I hear these takes all the time. Matter of fact, I was watching YouTube last night, and I needed something to listen to while I played Dying Light 2, actually. So I decided to flip on a brand new Destiny video. And it was Destiny reading an email that he got from one of his fans. And this guy was what I can only describe as an intersectional incel. He goes on a rant about how much he hates white women and, might I add, Asian women as well. The guy goes on to say, Asian women are white women if you disagree, and I quote, cope-harder, is what he said. And then he goes on to talk about how, much privilege white women have. He goes on an incel rant about white women, but then every once in a while takes a break to talk about how many struggles women of color have in comparison. So it's like it's just this unhinged, angry, woke incel rant that Destiny is reading. It's usually shit on the tier of that you get from videos like this, where it's just, calling out the Squad W double standard, and that's what I'm expecting from this, okay? To be completely clear with you guys, that's what I'm expecting from this. But let's start it. Let's not poison the well too much.
This video is sponsored by Atlas VPN. More on that
I'm
in a
sure
bit.
it is. Okay, can I just say,
so
by the way,
who doesn't love
can I just say, by the way, Chowder went really fucking hard, okay? If you didn't like Chowder, you're a fucking degenerate, okay? The best shows that Cartoon Network has ever aired are the following, okay? Adventure Time, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Flapjack, Chowder, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Camp Lazlo was good, Codename Kids Next Door was good, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, regular show. I was never into Teen Titans. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends was pretty good. Ben 10 went pretty hard. Never watched Gravity Falls. Never watched Samurai Jack goes pretty hard. Yeah, Samurai Jack goes pretty hard. You're right. Never watched Generator Rex. Never really watched Powerpuff Girls much. Also, Gravity Falls is Disney. We're talking Cartoon Network. Johnny Bravo is pretty good just for the memes, honestly. Yeah. Okay. No more talking about Cartoon Network shows, though. Let's just get into the fucking memes, okay? I like this channel, clearly, so let's hope I don't get fucking disappointed by this. King Jar Jerk, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. It says Vosh waiting room. Wait, that doesn't make sense. If Vosh rated me, that means that Vosh is a Xanderhall waiting room. Do you not know how streamer lingo works? I do appreciate the tier 1 sub, though. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's go.
Chowder. Seriously, I feel like anyone not repping this show are either people who haven't seen it or bitter-ass Gumball stans. I mean,
amazing. Okay, Amazing World of Gumball goes pretty hard as well. All right, I gotta give it that. Okay, Amazing World of Gumball goes pretty fucking hard. And the voice actor of Gumball is now in the Walking Dead universe. He plays what's his name? I'm trying to remember his name. He plays in Walking Dead World Beyond. I'm trying to remember his name. It's kind of a funnier name. Elliot? It's not Elliot. It's like, I don't remember. His name's Junkie Janker, okay? His internet name is Junkie Janker. He's in The Walking Dead. He also played Gumball. He's YouTuber, streamer, and fucking actor as well. The kid in Walking Dead World Beyond who wears the clothing, the corduroy clothing that the zombies can't bite through because it's so thick. He's the voice of Gumball, and also he's Junkie Janker. Elton, yeah, his name's Elton. Yeah, Elton on the internet goes by Junkie Janker, and he's like a pretty popular like streamer YouTuber. The only thing I know about Gumball is the one Gumball lesbian porn parody video. All I have seen of that are like the Twitter memes of it, and I think I've like scrolled past it on Pornhub once or twice. But that's about been my exposure to that. I've had much more exposure to the Gumball TV show.
it's a story about a child worker who just wants to eat while avoiding his future baby mama. Completely normal stuff. Wait, hold on. Could this be?
Okay, can I give like a little bit of lore, like a lore background here? Okay. Chowder is some sort of bear creature, okay? I don't know what he is. I think he may be missing
Who just wants to eat while avoiding his future baby.
several brain cells, as the show implies. Not exactly the smartest guy, but he wants to be a chef, not a shelf, a chef. And he's the apprentice to this guy named Mung, I think his name is, or something. I don't know. Fucking something along those lines. Mungal. Yeah, it's Mungdal. Anyway, and Chowder is regularly pursued by this young lady here named Panini. All the characters are named after food, as you can tell. Food or like ingredients for food and stuff like that, usually. Mungdal. Anyway, so Panini is... Schnitzel was black? Yes, he was, yes. And he was the best character in the show. The most relatable, at least. I relate most to Schnitzel in hindsight, because he was just, like, trying to be done for the day and just go back to being, you know, alone in the dark, probably smoking weed, which is where I like to be. Like honestly, if I'm in any given situation, I'm just like, when can I get back to my dark-ass room where I can get nice and high and watch YouTube and play video games? When's the soonest I can do that? That is my dream state, okay? Is dark room, cold, alone, high as fuck, my vapes right next to me, and fully charged with plenty of YouTube videos and video games to play. With lots of nuggies and no bedtime anywhere soon, okay? Bedtime very far away. Abolish bedtime.
Mama. Completely normal stuff. Wait, hold on. Could this be problematic? Well, folks,
Yes,
it's another beautiful
it is.
day in the land of toxic relationships. As just because they're children doesn't mean they're not a train wreck. Chowder may be iconic, and Panini might be in a Lil Nas music video. But Pepe Le Pew got canceled, yet we're still cool with this shit. It just might be time to take a look back at this double standard, and there's no better example.
Okay, if you watched children's cartoons during a certain time period, there was a somewhat frequent double standard and trend that I noticed where, like, female characters would sexually harass male characters, and it was just, like, it was framed, I guess, as a bad thing, but never as a seriously bad thing. Not in the same way that you would frame it in the other way around, you know? Recently, even, obviously, we've got Chowder. The Kanker sisters from Ed, Edd, and Eddy are a very good example. And I feel like Danny Antonucci and the writing team multiple times try to make it pretty clear that, like, they are calling out a double standard. But I feel like it was sort of a Rick and Morty situation where, like, a lot of people didn't really get it, you know? Like, people, like, you're supposed to have a visceral reaction to what they're doing, right? They're like, all right, I'm going to speak. Marie Kanker could get it. Okay, adult Marie Kanker could theoretically get it. Okay, theoretical adult Marie Kanker could theoretically get it. When I was a kid, if you asked me, then kid me would say yes, Marie Kanker could definitely get it. Besides that, though, okay, I'm 17. Still, all right, I had the same opinion when I was a kid. All right, I grew up on that show, so I can say that. All right. Anyway, wait, this isn't Vosh chat. Listen, okay, I have my own website too. Hey, if you're a Vosh fan, if you're one of the 547 people here and you're a Vosh fan that you came here from the raid and you want to talk in a website chat like Vosh's website chat, I have one. It's called xanderhall.com/live. Link is in the pinned comment in the live chat on YouTube. Go ahead and click that link, make an account, come talk in the chat. It's the chat you see on screen. It's just like Vosh's chat. It's based. It's on the same whole thing and everything. It's made by White Nervosa as well. And White Nervosa gets paid whenever you donate because I give White Nervosa money sometimes. So help out White Nervosa because if it weren't for her, then me and Vosh would literally not have the websites that have allowed us to actually have a career. Or Demon Mama, or anybody, or Shark, I think, has a website like this too. Any of your favorite streamers that have a site like this, it's because of White Nervosa. So yeah, come make an account and send support and all that. All right, let's go.
Than this.
I like you, and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
I'm not your boyfriend!
Chowder is a cult classic.
Okay. We just have to watch. I'm sorry, we have to stop pausing. We're 1 minute into the video and I've been recording for 14.
Underappreciated in its time and a pioneer for basically every show that followed it. There, I said the nice things. Let's move on. Chowder is about the titular cat bear bunny boy who learns from his master Mung Dal how to be a good chef. How to be a not terrible chef with the little guys.
Bro, this show would come on TV and like 5 minutes in, I'm like, fuck. Damn it, now I'm hungry. And I'll start digging through my fucking fridge. This show actually, even though all the food was all weird looking and shit, this show actually made like the cooking fairly, like, it would actually make you kind of hungry thinking about it. And you'd be like, fuck, I kind of want to go to the... Yeah, soy face pause, true. It's like a mega soy... This is more of a... Is this a poggers or a soy face? I can't tell. Is this a pog face or a soy face? You guys gotta tell me.
His biggest hurdle being he'd much rather eat food than make it. Not to mention the non-stop hijinks of living on a giant plate and inside a bong. Anything is possible so long as it's funny.
And I've been together forever.
Yes, his best friend is a fart cloud.
I
Just
forgot
go
about
with it.
that.
But what you shouldn't go with are all these ads. Everywhere I look, it's ads.
Okay, come on. You can't do that to me. You can't segue like that. You can't hit me like that.
It was a fart cloud. Let's get back to Chowder. Back to the video. Yeah, Chowder's best friend was a fart cloud. His hookup is a mammoth. The characters come in all shapes and sizes. The only thing wilder than their designs is their personalities, with the main cast consisting of Chowder, his master Mung, Schnitzel, who definitely isn't getting paid enough for this shit, and
True.
Mung's angry wife, Truffles. They're all great, to be honest. The rest is
Okay, you know what no one will do though? You know what no one will
for
do
this
though?
shit, and Mung's
Everyone will be like soy clapping at this video, like for calling out the double standard of like Chowder being pursued by Panini in a sexually harassing way, but they'll never like criticize the like portrayal of like the boomer, like the sexist portrayal of this character. She's like the bitchy, naggy boomer wife who's angry all the time and does nothing but scream and is angry all the time, and it's like, oh, I hate my wife. There's all the humor and all that. Like, that was a lot of the humor. I love Truffle. She is pretty funny. She's got like the mushroom hat and the big titties and everything. It's pretty funny. But like, we have to admit it's a little bit sexist, right? But like, Gamer Bros will never actually be able to look at something like this with enough introspection to notice this portrayal as what it is. I'm not shit talking this YouTuber. I'm just saying most like normie bros that talk about like like media analysis like this typically don't catch shit like this usually because they're not looking for it.
angry wife, Truffles. They're all great, to be honest. The rest of the supporting cast, though, is pretty much irrelevant for this video, with the exception of Mung's longtime rival, Endive, who may or may not have dated him in the past. This woman is successful,
Holy shit, I just realized all the antagonistic forces in the show basically are women, aren't they? Wait, legitimately, like almost all the antagonistic forces in the show are women. Like, it's literally Chowder, Schnitzel, Kimchi, and Mung Dal, all the protagonists against Panini, what's her name? I forget her name already. And in a way, the wife, Truffles. Kimchi was trans, headcanon? Okay, you can't work at the Endive, yeah. Isn't that like a fucking orange or something? Aren't Endives like some kind of fucking tangerine or something? Yeah, it's basically just like girl bosses, right? Dude, this show is literally like a battle of the sexes, is more or less like the format of the show. The one male, I forget what his name is, but there's like one male antagonist in the show, and he's like a femboy. Like the one male antagonist in the show that I can think of was like a femboy, wasn't he? Yeah, the mouse dude. Gorgonzola. Yeah, wasn't Gorgonzola a fucking femboy? I think Gorgonzola was a femboy. I listen, looking back at it, Gorgonzola was a femboy, all right? So we've got 3 women and a femboy. Those are our antagonists. The mouse with the candlestick on his head. No. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Wait, hold on. You think the mouse with a candlestick on its head isn't a femboy? What do you think the candlestick is for? Yeah, think about it for a moment.
respected, yet spiting Mung is her one true calling. At her side at all times is her own apprentice Panini, a pink version of whatever the hell Chowder is, who took what her master taught her and somehow figured out a way to make it worse. But the most shocking thing about her is the fact that she doesn't run around carrying a test tube, because she wants Chowder.
Well, Gumbo and Ruben are good guys, aren't they? They're chill. Xanderhall, he's a child. Ryom, sometimes you have to just accept it's a funny joke about a fucking cartoon mouse, okay? Sometimes you have to accept it's a funny joke about a cartoon mouse and it ain't that deep.
Chowder's baby, and his consent is optional. See, this is one of those situations where it's a recurring joke how badly this girl wants to date this boy. There's no real back and forth, it is just thirst 24/7, with her going to Wile E. Coyote lengths to kiss him. See, it's funny because it's extreme and women molesting men is so outrageous it never happens. Now this is one of those double standards that, to the shock of men everywhere, actually works against them. As while the aggressive perv hitting on a woman with no interest has been a comedy routine since the first man failed to be funny, it's only been in recent years in the wake of the Me Too movement that we as a society have realized that just like blackface, that mocking victims and making light of an issue that is still a problem today isn't a great move. And if you want examples of this shit, look no further than Family Guy. Quagmire had a rape chair, roofies, imprisoned and tagged women, and this was all played.
Don't remind me.
For dark comedy. Like, did not.
The blackface comparison is very, very jarring. Okay, I will say that is a bit of a jarring comparison. The much like black. Wait, what? Wait, how is make? Hold on. Listen, I know that like in both cases you're making fun of like sort of like a marginalized group, you know, but I don't know if making fun of rape victims in blackface are necessarily like needing of comparison. Hello, Pseudofon. How you doing? My nose is itchy. I gotta wax my nostrils again, guys. I gotta get that nose hair out of there. Gotta get it nice and smooth in there.
Bat an eye when it made those jokes, and it's not even the most extreme of like, oh my god, I can't believe that. No, it was just straight up play like, oh look, he's an extreme pervert and very obsessed with sex. And they really, really thought this was gonna be hilarious. And it really, really does not play well today.
You know, so far, don't actually have much of a problem with this video. I'm actually glad this video is calling out like actual examples of like you know, like sexism that exists like against women in media that's existed in the past before like covering this, because something. Okay, so a really big problem with discussing any issue politically is that a lot of people hear you saying one take and interpret that as you implying another take, right? So if you discuss sexism against women, there will be a crowd of people who will then assume that you don't care about sexism against men, or like the ways in which men can be harmed by certain societal double standards or whatever. Now, you know, a feminist would say, well, those societal double standards that benefit women and harm men are products of the patriarchy, and we want to tear those down as well. But, you know, we don't expect most normies to know that. But, like, when most people hear that, they just sort of assume you mean the opposite thing as well, right? That, oh, then that means that's not a big issue. So when I watch a video like this and I hear, oh, it's going to be a guy talking about how, oh, double standard, double standard, double standard, my thought is, oh, fuck, great. Now the whole audience of the video is going to come out of it thinking, oh, yeah, why isn't feminism talking about this? Feminism sucks. Oh, yeah, fuck feminism. They are talking about this. They don't care about this. They don't care about men. And that's usually the perspective that I end up seeing from people after a video like this. But I am glad that he's, like, covering the bases. I think that does a good job of preventing that.
So as a society, we decided to stop using this gag and everything. Pepe Le Pew, one of the all-time icons of the Looney Tunes, got kicked out of the Space Jam movie and is probably now stuffed in someone's garage, never to be seen again. And just for the record, this isn't because Warner Brothers wants to be woke. They do it because they don't want to be sued or get any bad press. Don't give them any qualities that you think they have. It's always about money.
Okay, this person's based. I know why I subbed to them. Okay, yeah, this person knows what's up.
But it just goes to show just how little patience Western society has for this dynamic anymore. This makes it kosher though. There are a couple reasons for this. First being, men consistently get portrayed as just being sex obsessed in general. It's baked into everything. You have that whole episode in Futurama where men are forced to have sex till they die, and they are all for it.
Okay, though to be fair, Twitter after the Lady Domitrescu reveal kinda proved the right Matt Groening's point here. Did they not? Did you not see Twitter after the big Dami Mommy vampire from Resident Evil 8 was revealed? All right, listen, all of Twitter. Listen, women as well, okay? Women as well were down for death by Snoo Snoo, frankly. From what I was seeing, plenty of women were down for death by Snoo Snoo.
For it.
Them to death by Snoo Snoo.
Yeah.
So the idea of women showing aggressive interest in guys is just, oh, it's fine. He probably likes it anyway. So by changing the situation to where women are the thirsty party, it's considered a reversal of this stereotype, making it funny for some reason. And feminists 30 years ago, as it changes that power imbalance, but not much else. Second, on account of men stereotypically always being down, the idea of
Ooh, I like the little jab at second wave feminism. That was kind of good. That was actually pretty good. That was a good jab at second wave feminism. So for those who don't know, like generally, the way that people, so if you were around back during the old anti-SJW days, you probably heard a lot of like third wave feminism is cancer, right? You'd probably hear a lot of that, right? And the reason why what they were saying was so dumb when they would say that is because they didn't know the waves of feminism properly, right? They didn't get it. So first wave feminism was mostly sort of like a suffrage type thing, mostly fighting for basic rights under the law, right? Second wave feminism came about more so in modern times and was a very more wealthy white woman exclusive type thing. It was mostly about wealthy white women trying to pursue more workplace and social equality. And very much like trans people were left out of the like the 80s and the 70s is when this started. Very much like when trans women and trans men were left out of the Stonewall sort of movement and protests and whatnot, in a way, sort of like pushed to the wayside, despite in part being those that started it. In that same way, women of color were sort of relegated to the sidelines in second wave feminism, which kind of resulted in a lot of like really shitty, weird, turfy girl boss feminism ideas coming from second wave feminism, while third wave feminism is viewed as being more of an intersectional, modern, like it's what I would consider myself. It's what I imagine most of you would consider yourselves, would be third wave feminists. And they didn't realize it, but what most of those like anti-SJW and skeptic YouTubers were criticizing back in the day was second wave feminism, not third wave feminism like they thought it was. They were criticizing white, liberal, wealthy white woman BuzzFeed feminism.
Women aggressively pursuing them isn't really given the same level of seriousness. If a male teacher sleeps with a female,
I explained what first wave feminism was. First wave feminism was like during the suffragette movement, like that era, for like basic rights under the law here in America. If we want to go to like other countries as well, we could go into the history there, but I'm more familiar with American history than I am with like any other country's history, but I'm sure there were suffragettes and all sorts of first wave feminist movements going on during that time in all sorts of places around the world. What's third wave feminism? Did I not just explain it? Third wave feminism is the more modern intersectional feminism that we see today. The feminism that prioritizes the rights of both women of color and white women, that acknowledges other forms of oppression that can affect women. It's more of just a broad progressive movement than just being feminism, period, right? And that's more or less where we are now. People say there's a fourth and fifth, but that's mostly like memes. I think, like, for the most part in academic scenes, my understanding is we're in third wave feminism, and that's the general understanding in most like feminist theory spaces.
female student, the parents will want him tarred and feathered. A female teacher does it. The dad may crack a joke about the only damage to his son being all the high five he's getting around school. It's the same situation, but one is rightfully called out as being predatory, while the other is somehow a win for the victim.
Okay, wrong character. This character's a femboy, all right? You tell me this character's not a femboy? You tell me Ceviche isn't a femboy? We told you, I know. But Ceviche, though, come on. Femboy, right? Femboy. And definitely gay, 100%. LGBT representation, like 1963. That's when the show came out, I'm sure. I was a kid. I feel old. I'm old as fuck.
Because he must have wanted it.
Lonnie gets so fucking mad when I say that I'm old. Like, sometimes I'll see, like, a meme on Twitter about, like, old Minecraft videos I used to watch as a kid, and I'll say, oh god, I feel so old, and Lonnie will be like, shut up! Because she's older than me. I get mad, I'm 27. Lonnie's almost 8 years older than I am, so she gets mad about that. But I think that's hot. I won't date any woman who's under 25 years old. That's my rule, okay? I prefer MILFs. 500 viewers? I've got 570 viewers right now, actually, a pillow, because I got that V-raid, that raid, as they say, the raid. Okay, come on, let's go. We gotta stop stun locking here. Come on.
This downplaying is why situations like Chowder still pop up from time to time, while Peppy is non-existent. Chowder and Panini is a great example of something that is creepy in hindsight. It was funny when we were kids, but we know better now, because Panini is a stalker. Flat out, Panini is what you get if Lola Bunny simps were a person, entitled to you and not realizing how crazy they look to everyone else in the room. And she's like bad when you first meet her. You think like, oh my god, this is not a great look. You think, okay, maybe she's just having an off day. This is not her usual, only for you to realize she's like this 24/7. If you had a friend who she was crushing on, you wouldn't say anything because you would be terrified of her coming after you. Panini is
Yeah, like, so I guess the question is, I don't remember Chowder well enough, I guess, to know how much of a joke it's played off as in this show. It probably is, considering the tendency with children's media during that time. But yeah, I mean, it is a genuine, like double standard that exists. You know, there are a certain level of double standards that exist in society where women kind of get like a little bit of a leg up over men that, like, I feel like sometimes people on the left are a little bit scared to acknowledge, and they do exist, and it is maybe worth recognizing them, mostly because I think those are all products of, you know, like patriarchy, as you'd say, if you're like a feminist theorist type. And I think it's worth acknowledging, even if you are a progressive or a feminist, even if it is something that harms men but benefits women, even though women generally have it worse in society. But yeah, let's continue.
is supposed to be the better version of Chowder, not shit at cooking. But despite being an apprentice to the biggest name in town, she's basically thrown her career out the window the second she laid eyes on Chowder, dedicating the rest of her life to getting something out of that doughboy. She starts normal enough. Shit's a cartoon.
Dude, okay, listen, hold on, I actually think that this is gonna spur me off into a rant, and that'll be the rest of the segment, because I don't want to just watch this guy's whole video, because there's not too much to disagree with, but I actually encountered a real femcel the other day, okay? I actually can't believe it. So, I'm sorry, guys, but I'm a little bit, not a stunlock, completely relevant. So, not a stunlock. I am very bad at responding to messages. I've been trying to get better at it lately, but I have a tendency to leave people on read or unread sometimes. Like, I'll notice they message me and I'll think, oh boy, I want to respond, but oh, they just messaged me. I gotta wait like a minute so I don't seem too like I don't have a life, you know? So I'm like, okay, I gotta wait a few minutes before I respond to them. And so someone will message me, I'll wait a few minutes, but then I'll forget that they messaged me and I'll leave them on read or whatever. So sort of as a meme, and also as a way of signaling to people that, like, yeah, I'm sorry, I leave people on read sometimes, I apologize. I put out this meme. Sometimes if a pretty girl messages me, I'll just leave them on read so they have to double message me to continue the conversation and the chat. And then I reply to it, I promise I'm Sigma, and it's not that I leave everyone on read all the time because I have a horrible attention span. And then I shit you not, I get quote tweeted by Esther, aka Girl Boss Tiesler, who has adult human turf, androphilic transbian, and leftist but the nice kind in their bio. So we've got a trans woman incel here, a trans woman femcel here. So that's pretty interesting. Saying you should be executed. Could be a meme. But I decided to scroll down a little bit. Ahem, excuse me, miss, this is ableism. Don't you think that might be a little trivial to execute someone over? No. Fair enough. Explain. Made me angry. Why? Triggered my PTSD. Stop being ableist and classist, misogynist, and transphobic. I am Korean. I am not Korean. That's racist. Racism is good at small doses. I actually can't tell if this person is joking. They don't follow me. And then if we continue down, that's fucked up. I would KMS. Then a person who went on, you can't see it because this person got banned from Twitter, but they then went on to go on about how they wanted to murder me. Some other, like, tanky guy. Sorry, I can't show you that. I guess they got banned from Twitter for probably doing that as well. Just imagine the kind of shit Bad Empanada would say and do. Basically take any Bad Empanada quote about me and put it down here, and that's basically what this person said. But yeah, they got banned from Twitter. That's cool, but am inside your house. Good, that was one of my fans. Stop killing people. Literally neurodivergent and a minor. Lol. I'm so glad that some of my fans came in and dunked on them. But yeah, so I encountered this actual femcel, which is pretty interesting. That was pretty interesting, and I actually wanted to introduce you guys to the concept of the femcel. I feel like there's some pretty good memes, okay? I can't read. This is a green text from an alleged femcel, okay? Now, I can't show the image because it's an image of Mia Khalifa, and she's not naked, but she's not fully dressed, that's for sure, in like the image associated with the green text. So I'll read the text to you guys. Here's a femcel post. Okay, I want to let's delve into the minds of the femcel, because what Panini is, the thing that spurred this on is she's basically an incel, but a woman. The same entitlement, the same obsession, the same entire mindset, right? That you usually see in incel dudes. It's just a woman, right? So we're looking at this these femcel memes, and we're gonna learn about it. Be me, lonely femcel. Only boyfriend cheated on me years ago. Grew a burning hatred for cheaters. Start creating fake profiles of attracted girls to trick men who are married or in relationships. Seduce men online to cheating and then send all the screenshots, videos, and voice messages to their partners. Have destroyed 23 unfaithful relationships so far. I don't hate men at all because many don't fall for it and have a lot of conscience, but I do hate cheaters no matter the gender. That's actually pretty based. I actually like that one. That's pretty fucking based. Wait, that's fucking dope. Wait, that's like fucking vigilante shit. God damn. That's based as fuck. It's weird. No, it's not. Now, I think cheating, like, if it's already established that you're in like a mutual, like a established relationship that's like, you're not like seeing any other people, and you cheat like that at least for me is a 100% no second chances relationship ender instantly. Yeah. And so anyone who's going out there fucking vigilanteing that shit is fucking based. Because I consider it to be, listen, I actually do consider if you're cheating on your partner and you have sex with your partner after cheating on them, I consider that sex with your partner to be rape. I do. Because you cannot give consent to somebody to have sex with them unless you are fully informed on what you are giving consent to, and you cannot fully give consent be fully informed and give consent to somebody in a relationship in that context if they are being unfaithful to you and lying and manipulating you. That is not actually real consent. I know it sounds uncomfortable, but it's true. You're lying to somebody and manipulating them into a position in which they're willing to have sex with you. If they knew you were cheating on them, they would not be willing to have sex with you. You are manipulating them into saying yes. And they are not informed enough on the implications of the sex they're going to have. I mean, you don't know if condom broke. There could have been STDs. You don't know if all sorts of things. Yeah, but that could extend into all sorts of insane things. I mean, I'm just saying by my moral system, if somebody goes out, like if somebody's like, say, married, right? Like they're in a relationship, like they're married, and they go out and they like fuck somebody and they come home and they have sex with their partner afterwards, or the next day or something, I consider the sex with their partner to be rape, yeah. And by the way, if that side piece or whatever doesn't know that this person is married, I consider that sex to also be maybe not rape. Rape is a little bit okay. Rape's a little bit of an exaggeration, but definitely like an inappropriate impediment on one's consent. It is not fully consensual sex that is occurring. Can we agree on that? Rape, I feel like, is very strong wording. It is a violation of consent, and I do not feel like it is fully consensual sex for either partner if they aren't fully informed on the situation. I don't believe that you can give consent. I don't believe that real consent can be given unless you're reasonably informed enough on the manipulation doesn't equal rape. Okay, how about this? Let me tell you guys a joke that the PKA guys told, and you guys can tell me if this would be rape or not, okay? So they had a theory of what if they wanted to help this homeless guy that lived in a friend of theirs' neighborhood. One of them on the podcast, there's this homeless guy that lives in their neighborhood, and he was like, he gives him like a few bucks, gives him some food sometimes, like if he goes to like a corner store, like, yeah, just like kind of a sort of like a friendship they have going on, right? And so they have the idea of, what if he paid to give this guy new outfit, steel-toed boots, and paid this guy a salary to be like outside of his house, and then he would pretend to be like a medical student, and he would pay this homeless guy to like pretend harass random women coming down the street, and then he would come along and act like a hero and scare them off, and then just kind of offer to comfort them. If that woman then went home with him and then fucked him, would that sex be a violation of consent because this guy has completely staged a scenario to impress this woman into having sex with him. Manipulating people, it's not rape. I mean, it's not rape necessarily, but it still wouldn't be like, it would be, you would consider it very, very weird. You would consider it very, very odd as far as sex goes. You'd be like, you're a fucking creep. If someone came up to you and told you they did that, you'd be like, you're a fucking creep. It would be consensual, but it wouldn't be informed consent. Sure, okay, well, that's what we can say. Sex with your if you're cheating on your partner and you have sex with your partner, then your partner is not giving you informed consent. You are not having sex with your partner with informed consent. That's what we'll say. Is violation of consent always rape, though? That's the question, guys. Are you guys willing to bite the bullet and say that sometimes violation of sexual consent isn't rape? Or are you willing to bite the bullet and say that cheating on your partner and having sex with them and lying to them about it isn't impeding on someone's consent or their informed consent? Uninformed consent doesn't equal rape. Touching someone's boob isn't rape, but it violates someone's consent. That is true. That is true. We can say sexual assault as well, but still. Anyway, the point that I'm making is that I do think that, like, there are certain double standards we got in our society, okay? Is having sex while you 100% know you have an STD and refusing to disclose that considered rape? Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, 100%, yeah. And I also consider, this is what I won't budge on. I think it's rape if you have unprotected sex with somebody and then don't get tested and then go have unprotected sex with your partner. Like if you're cheating on your partner and you go have unprotected sex, don't get tested, and then go have unprotected sex with your partner, that is rape. 100%. No, that's rape. That's 100% rape. 100 billion million quadrillion % rape. It's an infringement of trust in the relationship. It's shitty enough without calling it rape. This shows how little you actually understand STIs. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, you should disclose that. Watch Vosh's recent video about this, please, for fuck's sakes. I guarantee that nothing I've said here is going to be disagreed upon with that video. I'm sorry. So then, should you treat it as rape in the legal sense? Knowingly spreading STIs is already illegal, and already has its own, like, legal, like, charges and everything. Here in California, and this is the policy that I'm in favor of because of, like, for practical reasons, here in California, it's a misdemeanor because what was happening was people weren't getting tested, because if you got tested, then legally, it would mean you know that you have like HIV or whatever, right? And so, like, it's possible that somebody could, like, accuse you of attempting to, like, fool them into, like, having sex with you knowingly. Yeah, it's just, it was like there were issues with it being a felony, which it was for a while, and they made it a misdemeanor so that it's not like, so that more people would actually get tested, and that's what has actually happened from it. Sexual assault is sexual misconduct. We can call it sexual misconduct, yeah. I guess, like, we just need softer words, I guess, because certain words have very hard connotations to them, even if the umbrella associated with them is really broad, you know? Like, because like, think about it, right? Like, rape literally means everything from, like, the stealthing thing we were talking about before to, like, a bunch of dudes pin down a girl in an alley and, like, beat the shit out of her and, like, do whatever, right? Like that's like a pretty broad umbrella of things that can occur, right? They're all rape, but, like, one thing would be, like, considerably worse than the other, you know? It's like, yeah, but rape has a really huge connotation, you know? That was, I think, what stemmed the whole Destiny, like, condom drama for a lot of people. Not Destiny, but for some people that were on his side, I think, was probably, like, the connotation of rape in their minds was just so severe that they just couldn't accept that wording or whatever, and that made them act all insane. Yeah, sexual assault's a little bit broader. That's true. That's true. Anyway, I do think there are some double standards in this respect, and I think it's worth calling them out, but it's not like feminism is ignoring these double standards. It's not like feminism is even the fault of these double standards or anything like that. And it's certainly not that, like, people are trying to overcorrect because feminism or whatever. I promise you that's not what it is. I think what it has to do is, I really do think it's mostly a what we would say patriarchy thing, right? Like, who are the types of people that are always the ones saying, haha, nice, when like a 13-year-old boy gets molested by their adult female teacher? It's always dudes, adult men saying, haha, nice, right? Like, these types of standards and these types of things, like these systems that end up hurting men, are usually systems that are perpetuated, built, and or originate from the pressures that men have put on other men in society. And I'm not saying that in many ways women don't uphold this thing. Like, I will say a lot of women are filthy fucking liars when they say they want men to be more like emotional around them, okay? Because there's a really fine line between trauma dumping and just being more emotionally open. And I feel like a lot of women, when it comes to men, say that they're down for more emotional openness, but they're not willing to accept what that's going to entail. Because you see the rant posts on Twitter all the time, don't you? Of women saying, "I hate it when dudes think they can cry." Like that one post that went viral recently, where it's like this dude that I was dating thought it was okay to cry in front of me. I dumped him. Yet, like, yeah, I mean, there's some women out there. I'm not saying every woman is like that or anything, but I do think that some women out there who say like, I want men to be more emotionally open, probably underestimate exactly how emotionally open men want to be, I guess, where there are no pressures on them, you know? I think Luna. I think Lonnie's probably seen me cry twice, maybe 3 times, in the time we've dated, 3 or 4 times, maybe. Less than 5, probably. I think when my dog died was definitely, I think, a big one. I remember that one. That was like the most notable. Yeah, I mostly like, yeah, even like with my girlfriend, I mostly keep that kind of stuff like sort of close to the chest, you know? And the reason for that is because there's a lot of social pressure to do so. And it is something that feminism is trying to tackle. So if you're somebody out there who thinks that feminism isn't advocating for you and you're a guy or whatever, trust me, it is. Just find the spaces and the types of feminists that are, because I promise you, there are feminists that advocate for the kind of stuff that you want to see done, okay? With all that said, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see all of you in the next video. Have a good one.